Hi guys, welcome to another episode of the Drama Surgery podcast. In this episode, I continue on my review of Marry My Husband. We just finished watching episodes 9 and 10, and honestly, these two last episodes were very, very good. It was just very satisfying. I don't know why I thought I would have to wait till like episode like 13, 14 before I get that satisfaction of watching our villains suffer, but Marry My Husband has already started showing us just how much they will suffer, and I am here for it. In these last two episodes, the story actually progresses. So Park Min Young's character Kang Ji-won finally breaks up with her boyfriend Park Min-wan and also kind of exposes Jung Soo-min as being a cheater and the one cheating with her boyfriend Park Min-wan. So now everybody in the company knows, and basically, they've been exposed. So, it's very satisfying to see these last two episodes because, you finally kind of see the comeuppance that is coming up. I will say though that there's something about like work culture that I feel like it should always be separate from personal life. In Marry My Husband and this last two episodes, like while I was glad that the villains are exposed and everything, people are talking about them, I kind of hate the fact that this is all happening at work, right? In the sense that I always feel like these things should be separate. Like you should not bring personal lives into the workforce and vice versa, right? And so Park Min-wan and Jung Soo-min, even though they don't say it explicitly, I feel like part of why Park Min-wan gets a demotion and why Jung Soo-min is terminated is because of their affair as well. Even though that's not what they use the fact that they made a mistake and everything, and that kind of justified why they did what they did to them. But I always feel like there was that also in the background, and that really has no place in the workforce. Like it doesn't matter if they are cheating, like it shouldn't matter, right? So in a way, I did not like the way Kang Ji-won kind of exposed Park Min-wan at the office, like with the parties and everything. It was just odd because I'm like she's part of that conversation as well, right? There's like, it's very crass. I don't know how to explain it, but I did not like that as much. It was good and everything, and for like the me that like wants to sit down and just like eat popcorn and watch these people's life be ruined, I'm like fine with it. But there's also a part of me that's like, and that's actually like she's now part of the conversation. Like it makes it odd because then it's also something that will always be on people's minds when they see her and everything. Like she could have handled that off work and just have people find out about it at work, but having to be the one to actually take the panties and like put it on his head at work, slap him, like those things are just a lot. And given the fact that she's going to end up, I assume, being with Yoo Ji-hyuk, it like lowered her a bit. I don't know if it was just me that felt that way, but that was just something I noticed that I was not too keen on. Even though I did like it, I was just like, well, I guess it's a drama, I can let it go, whatever, right? But that was in my mind. But moving on, I will say that I think the most memorable part of this last two episodes was actually Jung Soo-min. So the character that Song Ha-Yoon plays, Jung Soo-min, our main villain. Like I always say, like Park Min-wan is not really the villain. He's kind of comedic in a way. They've given him that role, and they've actually made Jung Soo-min a more like layered character. And she's actually the one that is catching my eye. She's actually the one I'm paying more attention to. Even I would say more than Park Min-young, because a character, I don't know, it's just something about the way Song Ha-yoon is playing this that I don't think I've ever seen her be this good at acting. So I've seen her in like Devilish Joy, in Fight My Way, in Oyong Shim. Like she's been in a lot of dramas where she's like the lead and everything, and she's great in those, right? But it never really sells me or she never really sells me in those dramas. Whereas here, there's something just very, like the way she's acting this is just very, very compelling that I can't take my eyes off her when she's on screen, right? That scene where Park Min-wan goes to see her in her house and she's curled up and she's explaining to him that she was sure that Kang Ji-won will take her side. Like even when it was not right, even when it was not convenient and everybody else, I guess, was against her or something, like Kang Ji-won always took her side. And in that moment, she actually seemed genuinely sad about that. Right. And again, that's what I mentioned in like the last episode I did last week, that it's almost like she doesn't understand what the idea of friendship is, because to her, this is what friendship is. She should be allowed to belittle her friends and stuff like that. Whereas everybody else knows that that's not what a good friend does, right? But I think genuinely she feels like Kang Ji-won is her friend, and she feels genuinely that she's losing her friend, right? I don't know what is going on. It's very pathological. I don't know what it is, but she's very compelling, and I actually felt bad for her, even though I should not. And the fact that I felt bad for her made me realize just how good Song Ha-Yoon is playing. It's just how well the writers have written this character, because I know deep down in my heart that she's a manipulative biatch. But somehow I still feel bad for her, and that's, I guess, what Kang Ji-won has had to go through all her life, the gaslighting, the manipulation that Jung Soo-min has put her through, right? Even me that I'm watching that, I see all this, I'm still like, oh gosh, there's something about her that, I mean, if she was just this, if she was just that, maybe she would be a better person, right? And I am kind of feeling sympathetic for her when I should not, right? And that's really a very interesting place I feel like I found myself in, where like I am actually pissed that Park Min-wan is able to convince her using the same excuse he used for Kang Ji-won, which is that we'll be a family, right? Because you see her, that for her, that's also important somehow, because again, she feels like Kang Ji-won is her family in that sense, right? And so just seeing her and seeing how well she's portraying this character, because I hear in the webtoon she's more cartoonish, but here, I don't know, they made her so amazing that she's actually the dark horse for me in this drama. She's the one I actually like look forward to her since, because she's just such a good character, and the actress is playing her so well. Like, I don't know a better actress that could have played this character, right? It's just something about her when she's making expressions and micro expressions are like, they're just very telling and very compelling, and I have to say I'm a huge fan of Song Ha-Yoon now. Like, she's very good at this, so I'm going to give her flowers. Another memorable scene for me was obviously the scene where Kang Ji-won actually calls off the wedding in front of Park Min-won's parents. I mean, I have always been infuriated, right? Since I saw the first episode, I saw his mom basically using her as a slave, right? I've always like hated just that woman's face, right? And so seeing her reaction to Kang Ji-won, right, it was very satisfying for me, right? Like when they're in the cooking class and like Kang Ji-won is just acting off, like it was just fantastic. I just really liked it. But yeah, I really enjoyed how she like flipped him over in that moment, because honestly, Park Min-wan is one of the worst kinds of people, like those ones that are weak in front of like strong people and like strong in front of weak people, right? You remember the first two episodes when she tried to break up with him and he was like very aggressive and abusive, like pushed her against the wall, and like I felt like it was going to break her back or something, right? And she's gotten to the point where she's gotten strong enough to flip him over, right? And honestly, I just love that scene, because honestly, Park Min-wan is a very scary kind of character, right? He's a leech, a parasite, very abusive, manipulative, and in a way that's why he's perfect for Jung Soo-min. They are two sides of the same coin, I would say. So yeah, generally this was a very exciting 2 episodes, and I take back my comment of like I was scared about the pacing and everything. I think they're going to do well. Like, I didn't expect that in just the next 2 episodes that they would have like broken up and like Park Min-wan would be marrying Jung Soo-min. I didn't expect it to go that fast, and like our main characters, right, Yoo Ji-hyuk and Kang Ji-won are already like dating, right? So I think with like 6 more episodes to go, there's a lot that can happen and a lot we can see. I will say that one comment, and this goes back to my point on like Jung Soo-min. I don't care about Park Min-wan, honestly, but Jung Soo-min is a character that you're going to have to give me more for me to hate her, because at this point I'm starting to feel bad for her, which is odd. Again, I don't know why, right? But now that she's getting married and this, she's more technically in the vulnerable position, right, in the sense that I need her to do one last bad act so that I can hate her even more, so that when Kang Ji-won finally does what she's going to do to her, whatever, like pass on her bad luck and everything, I actually feel really like happy about it. Because as of now, yes, I mean, Jung Soo-min stole her boyfriend. She's a proper crazy person for sure, and like ours is a mental illness, and so I think in that sense I feel almost bad for her, because I know hers is definitely a mental illness. Like, she needs help, genuinely needs help, right? And so I need Jung Soo-min to do one last evil thing so that I will be for sure on Kang Ji-won's side, because as of now, I don't know, it's just something about episode 10 that like shifted the dynamic for me. It's just a little bit, not a lot. Like, I still want Jung Soo-min to suffer and everything, but I don't know. Song Ha-Yoon is just playing this so well that in that moment where Park Min-wan is like, we'll be family, you can tell that also matters to her, right? And I don't know. It's making me feel kind of kind of like sad for her, just a little bit. And so I need her to do one more terrible thing, because I don't know if I can watch her suffer for the next 6 episodes, right? So I just need her to do one more terrible thing. Even though she's terrible and everything, she's a bully, she's mean and everything. I don't know. I just want a little bit more from her. I just want last villainous acts, right? Before Kang Jin finally like pushes her down finally, right? Park Min-wan can go to hell for like he and his family can go to hell. But like Jung Soo-min is unfortunately it's just a little bit. I am kind of on the fence for her, and so I've really enjoyed these last 2 episodes, and I'm looking forward to what will happen next week. I at this point actually I don't know what will happen. So they go to the wedding, crash the wedding, congratulate Jung Soo-min on the marriage, and I guess it's good things for our like leads onwards, I guess. I don't know if that will be a little boring. I feel like it might be for at least the next 6 episodes, but we'll see how they go with this. Because interestingly enough, Kang Ji-won and Yoo Ji-hyuk's relationship is not my highlight of this drama. It's the revenge that's my highlight, and the characterization of how they've like portrayed a lot of people that is the highlight for me in this drama. So I will see if I'll be able to enjoy the last 6 episodes, given that it's probably going to focus more on their relationship. But otherwise, I am still enjoying this so much. So, I look forward to the next episodes 11 and 12, and I'm sure it's gonna be a blast. So yeah, that's been my review of episodes 9 and 10 of Marry My Husband. Thank you guys so much for listening. Have a nice day. Bye.